Hey, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D about to react to this vid by Hello Yassine. It's titled Lil Nas X is just pathetic now. Damn. And in the thumbnail, it says, I am now a Christian. Okay. He said, I have been delivered. I don't know what's going on with this. I do know that he trolls a lot, but I would hope he's not trolling with this. That would be a bit strange. But yeah, this is interesting considering the symbolism that he has used in his past music videos and whatnot. I wonder what made him come to this conclusion that he wants to be a Christian now. I don't know, but let's get all the deeds. Let's watch.
What's poppin', y'all? Lil Nas X has recently come back, and it's kind of crazy because I don't know if I mentioned him in particular, but I mentioned him and Jack Harlow before they recently came back and released their songs. And I just had this feeling, I was like, yo, what's going on with these guys? Something's gonna happen soon. And then something happens soon. In the case of Jack Harlow, he gets a #1, which shout out to him. In the case of
I do not like that song. What's that nigga name? Jack Harlow is corny to me now. Like, his music is super corny, and he just feels very gimmicky now, and I don't like any of his new music, like, whatsoever. So the fact that it's like blowing up, I'm just like, it's not even a good song though.
Lil Nas X is kind of back at it with the same formula, which at this point is pathetic, and I'll get into why. He comes back and he says, hey, you guys mind if I enter my Christian era? He posts a snippet to this one song, and then he goes on to basically antagonize the same community of people that he's done since that music video with
so he is trolling.
And he says, making Christian music doesn't mean I can't suck D no more. The two are not mutually exclusive. I'm allowed to get on my knees for multiple reasons. Understandably so, this gets people.
That's all right. You doing too much. Now, here's the thing. I am not a religious person, but I do not believe in like taunting people for their religion and like making fun of their religion. I know that people take that very seriously, and I try to respect that. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree with him making that comment. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it is disrespectful.
People riled up. And the one thing that I dislike about Lil Nas X is, and I'm giving this guy so many props for being brilliant and funny and a talented artist, which makes me look at him doing stuff like this like, what are you doing? Like, you're stooping to a level of being a clown, and aren't you far enough in your career now that this isn't necessary? But the one thing that I'm talking about that he does is he says something really inflammatory, really disrespectful.
Wait, what this says, if God doesn't really exist, then who's laughing at us?
To something that people value at the core of their lives, whatever it may be, and then he kind of shields back and pretends to be the victim about it. And he consistently does this because in the follow-up tweets, he goes on to say, this is really crazy because all I did was post a song about asking God for hope when you feel hopeless, and y'all acting like I posted a video of me burning a church down and peeing on a nativity scene. And Tyrese was the one that responded to this, saying, y'all gonna learn to stop playing with God. God is not to be played with. From shoes with devil's signs and devil's blood on the shoe sole. We can all change, I get it, but I feel a way about people making a mockery about Jesus. Do you, life your life. Do what makes you happy, but y'all better stop playing with Jesus out here. Yeah, that's a problem. They're gonna have to take up with Lil Nas X. But he makes it seem like, oh, he just dropped this snippet without the caption. And this is how he kind of rewrites history and he literally tries to gaslight millions of people.
Yeah,
and it's effective. And he'll say, oh, like I just dropped this song about asking God for hope. No, that's not what he did. He dropped that caption, he dropped that follow-up tweet, and people are going to be looking at you a certain way because of what you did and what you've known to have done in the past.
I just think it's disrespectful to be talking about sucking dick and God in the same sentence and be like, I could get on my knees to suck dick and I could get on my knees to pray. It's just like, it's unnecessary. It's like, all right, you doing too much.
And somebody says, I'm glad this dude fell off, man. And he says, I ain't fall off, I just ain't released my new stuff, which is 100% facts. This guy literally always comes back with a hit. Boonk even called him out, or Gabbana, Sir Gabbana, and then he goes on to say, it's really insane how y'all pretend some of our pastors aren't getting piped down before the Sunday service. Y'all do not know Jesus personally, stop trying to gatekeep him. And then Lil Nas X does come at a person who says that The fact that Lil Nas X had that satanic album is the problem I have with him making Christian music. He says, the devil's mentioned one time throughout my entire last album, and the line is, tell the devil I won't have him inside, I know everything's gonna be alright. Y'all have spent this entire last week rewriting history over me releasing a snippet. He's right, these people probably didn't listen to his music, which for good reason on their regard, because the most viral things about Lil Nas X since Old Town Road have been either his sneakers or the music video, like the devilish music video. So it's not wrong for them to assume that your album was kind of about that, even though it wasn't. And this is where I gotta come at Lil Nas X, because as a marketer, I have respect for this guy. A lot of other things, it's like the music, right? This guy makes amazing music. For someone that was 100% supposed to be a one-hit wonder. Old Town Road is a gimmick song. People tried to make it seem like, it's racism. They didn't let him off on the country charts, this and that. The song was a parody. It wasn't a real song. And you notice that from the fact that he never did country again. Imagine a rapper comes into the game, supposedly, right? Like Weird Al comes into the game. He makes a parody of a rap song.
But we couldn't call him a rapper because that was his first song. We didn't know what he was, so it was racism. Don't gaslight us, because I agree that was definitely on some racist shit. And if you saw some of the comments and tweets surrounding how people felt about him entering the country space, you would also know that it's racism. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, this hard R, he's trying to come into this space. This is, they were talking shit." So it's not about what you talking about? A rapper. He wasn't a rapper. We didn't even know him. That was his first song. And sure, it did start off as a parody, but who cares what the origin is? The actual product was a great song. That song was catchy as fuck. It was everywhere on the radio. It was a real song. No matter that it started off as a parody. Like, a lot of people don't even know the backstory of that.
It tops the rap charts or is somewhere up there in the rap charts. He never makes another rap song ever in life. Are you going to look at him and say, damn, they held him back? No, you're going to look at it like, yeah, this guy was a gimmick for this particular song. That song, I think, recent
That's
stats,
in hindsight,
it's the
saying that.
most streamed song in history. Wow, this is kind of misleading because people will think, oh, it's the biggest song ever. No, it's not. It came out at the right place at the right time, and it's the biggest song that came out at the right place at the right time, because tons of songs back then, streaming didn't exist. But I think that was also like part of his rollout for us to all know about that or to be informed of that. So Lil Nas X is someone that, like I said, he casts stones and then tries to play the victim. He consistently antagonizes these people, which I don't know why. It works marketing-wise. But Lil Nas X has dropped, that one EP and an album now. He's had multiple #1 hit songs. The guy's proven himself as a mainstay in terms of like pop/rap. This guy can make incredible music. So to see him doing this is like, aren't you past this? Like, what's going on? And I know he can market better than this. Or is this all he knows? Is he a one-trick pony when it comes to, hey, I just have to anger this group of people, get them talking about me, get on this back and forth? And can he anger a group of people in a more fun way? Like not using the same formula? And the thing about it is, I somewhat understand why he's doing it. This formula has always worked and will always work. It's just going to keep working. Nothing's going to happen to Lil Nas X. These people are going to continuously give him a ton of promotion by reacting to what he's done. He is going to antagonize them and then kind of like fall back and do this in and out type of thing with them, gaslight them as well. And then he's probably going to do it the next time. So the only way is to starve him of attention, but these people aren't going to do that because Lil Nas X generates so much attention for them as well. So they're kind of helping each other out to a degree. Now, some people will point at me. I'm just playing the game. And Lil Nas X is a rapper, so that's why I would talk about this. Like if Lil Nas X was talking about some of my beliefs and coming at it like this, I really would just starve him of attention. I wouldn't even talk about it, as I don't talk about a ton of other things that are relatively popular, even within hip-hop. But I just think Lil Nas X is such an interesting marketing character as well as a musician. Because we have to give respect that this guy can make catchy tunes. People will say, oh, well, maybe he has writers. I don't really think he's got writers like that. A lot of his lyrics are, okay, this guy definitely wrote that. And for someone to come from their bedroom, just on Twitter as a Nicki Minaj stan account, to the biggest song of a generation, the most streamed song, and then come back with multiple hits after that, that's the closest we've seen. It's not the closest we've seen. That is the organic come-up story of the past 4 or 5 years. That's the only person I've seen in the 2020s that's become arguably near a superstar. I wouldn't say he is a superstar yet because his album just hasn't hit the way like people thought it would. He's more of a singles artist. Now that doesn't mean his album is bad. but his singles just do much better. He's kind of in that pop category, and their albums almost never sell a ton. Also, did Lil Nas X go on tour yet? That's something I really want to see too. I want to see how much he can sell tickets wise, because we got to remember this dude blew up in.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Yeah, apparently he's out here mocking the good Christians of the world, or maybe he genuinely wants to make a gospel song, and it doesn't have anything to do with trolling. But of course, that comment he made was on some trolling shit. It's like you could have kept that to yourself. But of course, he's always trying to be funny on Twitter and whatnot, so he probably didn't think that much into it. But yeah, I don't think we can just say that he's trying to mock Christians just because he's releasing a gospel song. I think you can say he's trying to mock Christians by making that dick sucking comment. That makes more sense. But I don't think that he should be ridiculed for making, whatever type of music he wants to make. Country, gospel, rock, whatever the fuck. So I don't agree with that part. But sure. I'm not a fan of his music at all. I don't listen to him. Well, that's a lie. He had this one song with Doja Cat that I liked. I forgot the name of it, but it's the song where Doja was talking about she got a big forehead. Was that her song or his song? I think it was his song. So he had that song that I liked, and then Old Town Road. I haven't liked anything else I've heard from him. So he's not for me personally, but a lot of people fuck with his shit. So maybe he'll drop it and it'll be really good. Who knows? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!